Welcome to Auntie K's, your favorite radical queer indigenous auntie, bringing you tarot every day. Hello everyone and welcome to Auntie K's Tarot. Today I am doing an update, actually probably today and over the next many days. I'm doing updates on my Star Wars tarot deck in a tarot far, far away. Moving meant that there were other priorities in the month we moved, in the month after we moved, than printing my tarot deck. Although maybe it would have been really helpful because December does tend to be a slow month. So it's definitely not getting the proofs printed this month, unless of course folks want to go into my link tree in the description box and donate to that happening to do proofs. And I need about $50 to do proofs, and to do the reviews I'm going to need about $150-200. Okay, so here we are. So what is the Tarot Far, Far Away? So what is my Star Wars tarot deck? What makes it its own compared to other Star Wars tarot decks? So this is from Across Universe. And because I don't make all white or mostly white decks, I make all BIPOC or world majority decks. I didn't start out to make a Star Wars tarot deck. I was making a Star Wars tarot t-shirt, and then I had another t-shirt idea, and then I had another t-shirt idea. They've been modified for improvement to become tarot cards, and one completely changed and I was like, all right, but if I'm going to make a Star Wars tarot deck, can I make a world majority Star Wars tarot deck? So I sat down and made a chart and started thinking of all the BIPOC characters I know of in Star Wars. And I brought in the help of a friend of mine who is also a Star Wars nerd and reads tarot for themselves. And then I reached out to another tarot tuber who is also a tarot and a Star Wars nerd rolled into one. And I got some help, I got some confirmation, I got some validation, I got some like, well, what about this? And so that was pretty fabulous. And that was helpful too, because although I do the spectrum of genres, I'm not a video game player, so I don't do the video games. So we have input on that aspect from these fine Star Wars tarot folks out there. I'm not alone. Okay. The other aspect of this is because this deck spans the universe and not every Star Wars fan knows the entire universe. Some Star Wars fans are movies, some are comic books, some are the books, some are the TV shows, some are everything. I fall into the almost everything category, like I said, except for video games. I decided to make this deck an RWS clone, so that if you like Star Wars, you can read this deck even if you don't know all the characters in it. But you certainly will know many. Some are left out because this is a world majority deck, and we all have our favorite and not favorite characters. Okay. Also, the deck includes ID cards. And these are cards printed front and back with approximately 6 to 7 IDs per card. And they tell you who is on the card, where the card takes place, Is so you know. And you could do this and go look up on Wikipedia with the information available here on the ID cards if you wanted to know more about the character. All right. So, what I am going to do is introduce you to the deck in the next several videos. Most of them will probably be even a little bit shorter than this one because this one had the big intro. So the backs of the cards, instead of a blue plaid back, we are going in blue into hyperspace with the help of a Purrgil, and it's almost symmetrical. It's almost reversible. I I know. I give you almost reversible card backs. I read reversals, but the card back has never made me be like, "Oh, I'm about to turn over a reverse card." I mean, you're going to turn it over and know in a second anyway. I don't get it. Don't get it. Okay. And for those who don't know, Purrgils are star whales who can jump through hyperspace, and they're like huge. They're massive. We have Zero the Fool, Finn and BB-8 on the shipwrecks of Jakku. And we have the bright yellow background. We have the yellow sun. And instead of cliffs, yellow cliffs and blue mountains, we have the shipwrecks in steel gray with the yellow sand over top of it. The sand is uneven, as it tends to be. The BB-8 is the dog. Finn's posture is slightly different than the Fool. The Fool is just prancing up there. Finn is running, right? Finn is running. So Finn's posture is slightly different. Finn has a lightsaber instead of a staff, so the bag is not hanging off the wooden stick because the handle would break. So the bag is on a longer handle that swings off Finn's shoulder. He still has the white rose, and he's jumping in, and he is our Fool. And like the movies did Finn bad, as well as the racist portion of the fan base. And so Finn is the Fool. He is the main character of this tarot deck. The tarot is the Fool's journey. And Ahmed Best, as Jar Jar Binks, went through the same thing that John Boyega went through as Finn. But I think we were talking about it more publicly with Finn. More people were believing this is really what the issue was. And so Finn represents the Fool, the main character of the tarot deck, the Fool's Journey. And so this is why I chose Finn for the Fool. Plus, I could fit him in a scenery that would look like the Fool. And in the next video, we are going to do either one or two, the Magician and the High Priestess.